Can you tell when someone is lying to you? In today's world, where deception can lurk in personal relationships, business deals, and even social media, knowing how to spot a liar is an invaluable skill. Lies can erode trust, manipulate emotions, and even impact major life decisions. But what if you could develop a Stoic mindset that allows you to instantly recognize dishonesty while maintaining your composure? Stoicism offers a powerful framework for understanding human nature, sharpening your perception, and responding to deceit with clarity and confidence. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that truth and virtue were the foundations of a fulfilling life. They taught that by mastering observation, emotional control, and rational thinking, we can see through deception without letting it disturb our inner peace. Whether you're dealing with a manipulative colleague, a dishonest friend, or an untrustworthy public figure, Stoic wisdom can help you stay one step ahead. In this guide, we'll explore 7 powerful Stoic strategies that will help you spot a liar instantly and, more importantly, navigate deception without losing your integrity or emotional balance. Let's begin. Number 1. Inconsistent stories. Spotting contradictions. When someone's story keeps changing, it's a major red flag. Honest people don't need to adjust their details. Liars, however, struggle to keep their narratives straight. Contradictions expose deception. Seneca said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." A liar lacks direction, and their shifting story reflects that instability. Truth is steady. Lies require constant patchwork. Think of a colleague who blames a missed deadline on technical issues one day and a family emergency the next, or a friend whose version of events never sounds the same twice. These inconsistencies aren't just forgetfulness. They're signs of manipulation. Rather than reacting emotionally, take a step back. Pay attention to shifting details over time. Ask simple, clarifying questions and observe their response. Do they become flustered? Do they scramble to adjust their story? Truthful people don't need to keep track of lies because their story stays the same. A Stoic remains composed, knowing deception unravels on its own. The truth stands firm. Lies, on the other hand, collapse under their own weight. Number 2, overly defensive reactions, guarding against evasion. Honesty doesn't need aggression. When someone becomes overly defensive at a simple question, snapping back, deflecting, or attacking your motives, it often means they have something to hide. Epictetus said, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." A defensive person lacks self-mastery, reacting emotionally instead of responding with clarity. The more they resist, the more they reveal. Picture a friend who gets angry when asked about last night's plans, or a colleague who attacks your credibility instead of addressing a mistake. Their defensiveness isn't about you, it's about their discomfort with the truth. Instead of taking the bait, stay calm. Ask open-ended questions, and let silence do the work. Watch their reaction. Do they over-explain? Do they avoid eye contact? The truth doesn't need hostility. Lies, however, often do. A Stoic doesn't get caught in emotional battles. By staying composed, you expose deception for what it is, because the truth never needs to fight to be heard. Number 3, lack of eye contact, the mask of deception. When someone avoids eye contact, their words may not align with the truth. Shifty glances, looking away at key moments, or unnatural eye movement can signal discomfort, fear, or deceit. While some people naturally struggle with eye contact, a sudden or inconsistent avoidance can indicate an attempt to conceal something. Seneca reminds us we suffer more in imagination than in reality. A liar often fears exposure, and their body betrays them before their words do. Fear of being caught creates tension, making it harder for them to meet your gaze naturally. But rather than jumping to conclusions, take a Stoic approach. Observe without judgment. Truthful people tend to maintain a steady, relaxed gaze, while deceptive individuals may overcompensate by either avoiding eye contact entirely or forcing it unnaturally. Pay attention to patterns. Do they only look away when discussing key details? Are they unusually rigid or blinking excessively? Instead of confronting them aggressively, create a space for honesty. Keep your own demeanor calm and collected, maintain steady eye contact yourself, and ask direct but non-threatening questions. Let their discomfort speak for itself. A lack of eye contact alone doesn't confirm deception, but combined with inconsistencies and defensiveness, it can reveal more than words ever could. The truth often hides in plain sight. You just have to know where to look. Number 4, excessive details. When simplicity speaks truth. Have you ever noticed someone overloading their story with unnecessary details? Liars often add excessive information to sound more convincing, hoping to distract you from the actual deception. Instead of a simple, direct answer, they drown you in specifics, some true, some filler, to make their story seem airtight. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." A truthful person speaks simply, without overthinking. A liar, however, anxiously crafts their narrative, weaving in unnecessary details to strengthen a weak foundation. Think of a coworker explaining why they missed a deadline. A truthful person might say, "I had an emergency." A deceptive one might ramble, "First, my alarm didn't go off, then my Wi-Fi went down, and on top of that, my dog got sick, so I had to rush to the vet." These extra details aren't always proof of lying, but they often indicate an attempt to control the narrative. Rather than getting lost in the noise, stay focused on the core message. Ask simple, direct questions, and observe how they respond. Do they keep adding unnecessary layers, or can they summarize their point concisely? Truth tends to be clear and straightforward. When someone over-explains, they might be trying too hard to make you believe them. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what matters and ignore distractions. When someone gives too much detail, don't get tangled in their web. Step back, analyze, and let the truth reveal itself. Number 5, delayed responses, the pause. Before deceit. Honest answers come naturally, but when someone hesitates too long before responding, it may signal deception. A slight pause is normal when thinking, but an unnatural delay, especially when answering a simple question, can mean they're crafting a lie instead of recalling the truth. Epictetus wisely said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." A person struggling to answer quickly may be trying to control their words too carefully, fearing exposure. Truthful people don't need to calculate every response. Liars, however, often do. Imagine asking a friend where they were last night. A truthful response flows without effort. I was at home. A deceptive response might include an awkward pause, a deep breath, or even repeating the question. Last night? Oh yeah, I was at home. That extra moment of hesitation gives them time to construct a more believable answer. Instead of rushing to fill the silence, let it linger. Watch their body language. Are they searching for the right words or stalling? A well-timed follow-up question can reveal even more. Stay patient and composed. The more relaxed you are, the more their discomfort will stand out. A delay doesn't always mean deceit, but combined with other signs, it's a clue worth noticing. Stoicism teaches us to read between the lines, not just in what people say, but in how they say it. Number 6, incongruent body language. The body speaks truth. Words can lie, but the body often tells the truth. When someone's facial expressions, gestures, or posture don't match what they're saying, it's a strong indicator of deception. A confident voice paired with nervous fidgeting, or a reassuring statement delivered with a tense posture, suggests a disconnect between thought and speech. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." But liars struggle to align their words with their actions. Their body resists their deception. Crossed arms signal defensiveness. A forced smile masks unease, and a nod of agreement might be betrayed by hesitant speech. Imagine a coworker insisting they met a deadline, yet they shift uncomfortably, avoid eye contact, or glance toward the exit. A friend claims they're fine, but their clenched jaw and tight posture say otherwise. These subtle contradictions can be more revealing than their actual words. Rather than focusing solely on what's being said, pay attention to how it's being said. Watch for mismatched expressions, unnatural stiffness, or gestures that contradict their message. A relaxed, open demeanor usually accompanies honesty, while tension and forced movements often indicate unease. A Stoic remains observant but unemotional. Instead of confronting incongruencies directly, allow the other person to reveal themselves further. Silence, patience, and a composed presence can make deception unravel on its own. Number 7, shifting the blame, avoiding responsibility. Liars often refuse to take responsibility. Instead of admitting fault, they deflect, blaming circumstances, other people, or even you. This tactic shifts focus away from their dishonesty and onto something or someone else. Epictetus said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." A person with integrity owns their mistakes, while a dishonest one scrambles to shift accountability. Blame shifting isn't just avoidance, it's a defense mechanism to protect a fragile ego. Think of a colleague who botches a project but insists the instructions weren't clear, or a friend who breaks a promise and says, "Well, you shouldn't have expected so much from me." These responses dodge responsibility and redirect the conversation, making it harder to hold them accountable. Instead of getting drawn into their deflection, stay focused on facts. Keep the conversation centered on the issue at hand. Ask direct, non-confrontational questions like, "What do you think could have been done differently?" to guide them toward responsibility without triggering more defensiveness. Stoicism teaches that while we can't control others' actions, we can control how we respond. By staying calm and refusing to be manipulated, you encourage accountability, whether they accept it or not. Mastering the ability to spot a liar isn't just about catching deception. It's about cultivating wisdom, self-mastery, and resilience. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control others' dishonesty, we can control our perception and response to it. By applying Stoic principles, observing inconsistencies, maintaining composure, and focusing on truth, we safeguard our integrity and make wiser decisions. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, we approach deception with clarity, ensuring that dishonesty never disturbs our peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." A Stoic values truth, not just in others, but within themselves. That's why spotting lies is only half the battle. Living with honesty and virtue is the real goal. In a world where deception is common, be the one who stands firm in truth. Let Stoicism be your guide, not just to spotting lies, but to living a life of honesty, wisdom, and inner strength. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it to spread the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss future videos on Stoic living and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and I wish you strength on your journey.